Stick around and I'll give you 2 laterally techniques you won't find anywhere else in any other software engineering course that will improve your application to interview ratio by 30x and double your first round interview count. Okay, so let's talk techniques. You're going to look at the job boards, find what looks like a good fit, apply to them, and then you are also going to create content, and then you are also going to social network. Those are the 3 behaviors that I'm going to suggest to you based on, first of all, laterally historic practice that we've taught for a long time, but now validated with additional independent study, thousands of samples. Blog article number 4, top job boards for software engineers. These are going to be the ones that I recommend. Hired.com, Indeed.com, LinkedIn Jobs.
You can see in the background here, Hired.com at the time of that recording was my #1 recommendation. Now it's not even on the list.
Families. But then here's some others more specific to engineers. Interviewing.io, really good one. Auto. Great. Well Found. Really, if you're looking for a startup role, Well Found, formerly known as Angels List, is going to be a really good option. And a couple others. Built-in is cool, Underdog, and so on. Now, what about this application to interview ratio? Given that I apply, what are the chances I'm actually going to get an interview? And let's look at this table. We see the constant coefficient is about 0.1. This means ignoring all other factors, applying to a job has about a 10% chance of converting into a first round interview. This doesn't mean converting to a job offer. This means converting to a first round interview. What about if it's low effort? If it's low effort, you're actually going to reduce your chances. And what characterizes a low effort application? It means you make no attempt to social network. I just hit the easy apply on LinkedIn. That's a low effort application. And that doesn't take it down to 0, but it takes it down to 0.01 or about a 1% chance that you'll get an interview. So just by trying, even if you don't get a referral, just by trying, we already increase our odds of converting to an interview. In the case that you succeed on that referral.
And that was a math mistake. Did you hear that? So in the case where you didn't do low effort, I added the negative coefficient, which is about 1. And so I say you get to a 0.2. And I should be adding 0.23 or 0.236 to the coefficient, resulting in a over 30% or over 1/3. But that's significantly lower than 40% that I'm going to mention here.
Opportunities from content creation, you're able to double your first round interview count. When you apply to a job, before you tap the application button, you want to send out LinkedIn specifically, not email, not tweets. Specifically use LinkedIn DMs to reach out to at least one hiring manager, software engineer, and tech recruiter at the target company. So reach out to multiple people. In fact, you can reach out to 3 in each job category if you want. But particularly if you're able to see on the LinkedIn job post that there's a hiring manager for that role, it doesn't always show it, but sometimes it does. If you can identify that hiring manager or a software engineer on that team, and their level doesn't matter. I punch up, down, and sideways. And so we want to use a rule of 3 to network with these people, and there's a suggested template. And I'll go over the suggested template now. Basically, LinkedIn direct message, when you connect, hit in the laterally blog articles today, I give you a template and I don't use a question. I use this syntax, which doesn't use a question. I'm interested in the below role and curious if you're open to refer. And so here I'm using curiosity and I'm using a statement rather than a question. So I would encourage you to try both and see what works for you. You say hi, use an exclamation point, try to use their name, particularly if they have a shorter name, like my name's John. Some people have very long names and you need to be mindful of the character count. In that add note section, there's a limit of characters. It's 200 or 300 characters. But you say hi, and if you have space, you use their name. People love to hear their name. Use an exclamation point. We want to send a positive tone when we send this text. I'm interested in the below role. It's a very concise, takes a few character counts. Literally all of this. Do it to the letter. I''M. Literally saving I'm over I am is going to save you some characters, and every character matters in these short messages. And you'll paste the URL at the bottom of the message. And then you'll say one thing that you did recently, an accomplishment with a metric, just like you would do in a behavioral interviews. And then say, would you be open to refer? Use a question and use this phrase, open to refer. Using questions will tend to make them feel empowered that they are contributing, so you are hearing their opinion. The last bit is to signal that you have skin in the game, that you're willing to do work. You're not just inviting their feedback, but you're committed to taking that feedback and working on it. So after, are you open to refer? Say, happy to send my resume, have a quick call, W/E. Whatever helps, and say thank you or thanks for your time. Always finish with a thank you. These are laterally practices. You can join Laterally for free. Check out the open source curriculum. Lots of other really important tips. The blog is not full of fluff. The Laterally blog is full of lots of evidence-based tips. So check it out.